So, Wiley, Motel Blues, we just listened to it. I really, really like it. It's a little bit, I guess a little slower, a little different than some of the stuff that I've heard with Rattling Bone.
Yeah, I said what I'm trying to do. I've got a sequence of album releases that are being across 2015, and I'm trying to make them all interesting and different. That's key because I do like I don't particularly want to be pigeonholed. So I'm just the guy that does rattling bones. So I do the I have other interests in music, and it's quite fortunate that being an independent musician, I've got the freedom and space to do such a thing. So Stone Cold Beautiful, the album is guitar based because Ed Brayshaw is a great guitar player. So if you're looking at listening to that album, you're listening to songs based around guitar. Whereas if you were listening to Rattlin Bone, it's the Nolans, it's the New Orleans, trombone
Right,
and
right,
marching band kind of thing. So
right.
I'm just trying to explore different avenues of music that I enjoy. And as I said, I don't have to be pigeonholed into to playing one specific style, which is the beauty of being an independent, I think. And it seems to be working because people do like that. They're coming back to, oh, you do this, so and you do that, and yeah, it's kind
Right,
of
right.
it's
So I know that you, and I don't mean to interrupt, but I know that not only are you releasing this album with the Motel Blues on it in May, and you're also working on that other album, Tales of the Mescal Canyon Troubadours.
yeah.
But I understand also that you're preparing for the one man blues Swamp and Stomp show.
I am indeed. Yes, I yes indeed. It's I have this stomp box, which actually I got from some guys over in the States, and my cigar box guitar and a whole lot of songs, and it's quite good fun just to appear at a gig myself and go on stage and sing some songs, make a bit of noise, and have some fun. It's yeah. So this is yet another avenue that opens another door for me, really, because it's quite easier. It's really easy to get a gig. Well, it's easier to get a gig as a solo musician than trying to get a band in some venues. So.
Right. Now, are you putting a CD together for that?
Yeah, there will be a CD, but that's another piece of work. But that's not going to be until beginning of 2016. I've got so much on at the moment. I kind of, as we're discussing, I've got so much that I um, plan to do and plan to release that I really have to look objectively, and think,
Right.
well, realistically, the Voodooville album, which the Swamp and Stomp album will be. I'm not going to be able to finish it, get it out.
So, what's the title? Welcome to Voodooville.
Welcome to Voodooville. Again, it's a kind of a nod to nod to the sort of swamp blues, which the songs will be based around. It's kind of there's a swampy guitar thing that's going on there, and
Right.
yes, yeah. I hope people like it. It's certainly good fun for me writing this. It's a good release, and yeah.
Is that going to be the title to the CD?
Welcome to
Welcome to Voodooville.
Welcome to Vaudeville. Yeah, that is the title to the CD.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it because I mean, just the Voodooville alone really attracts me. You know.
Well, as soon
uh,
as it's out, Pat, I'll get a copy over to you. So
yeah. Also, listen, you just released an album not too long ago, right? Back in January. That's only like what 3 4 months ago.
yeah, yeah. I released it. It's an album called "Long Way from Heaven." The title track being one of my. It's kind of a signature song that I've been playing for a couple of decades now. I'd never released it, but I was working on an album with Karina Kay, and we did this song together, and for me it sounded as I could hear it in my head when I first envisaged. When you write a song, you kind of have an idea of where that song's going, how it should sound to the audience, and all this kind of stuff. And I've done various recordings of it over the years, but this was the one that I think is to me says what I want to say within the song. And yes, the little album, it was a six-track, sort of a mini album, I guess.
Right.
And it's gone down really well. It's had quite a lot of press, and yeah, I've been really pleased with it. And of course, yeah, the lovely Karina has been singing on there too. So yeah.
What's the name of the song that we're going to listen to now?
Okay, so it's the title track from that album, and it's called "A Long Way to Heaven."
Karina Kay and Wily Bo Walker.
Folks we both are. Some hold on to dreams, some hold on to the fear they're just growing old. Louise turns to Johnny, puts her hand into his with a smile only he knows. Says Louise, well, I don't know how far we've come down this road. This town don't hold the same fascination. I don't know which way we should go. He looks across to the sun sinking down in the shimmering gold. I don't know what they call a place you can't return from. Lord, I don't wanna know. Tired and alone and a long way from home, Johnny and sweet Louise pulled their hopes out of the ocean, hand in hand in the sweet summer breeze. That's a long way to heaven. That's a long way home.
That's another really pretty song.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what is that song? I mean, what inspired you to write that one?
It's kind of another autobiographical sort of page out of my diary. It's I said it's Oh, I did write a wee blog about what inspired me for that song. It's when I lived over in France. I lived in Marseille for a while, and I'm referencing places that are actually in Marseille, and it was just
Ah.
a breakup of a relationship at the time.
Mm.
So it's kind of it's a personal song, but in a way, I don't, I try not to make it sound like it's personal. So I try and make these songs stories that are maybe a bit more entertaining to people. They don't particularly want to hear about, Wily Bo's blues. They want to hear, they want to hear stories that I can perhaps tell and entertain with. So, in the good troubadour fashion, that's what I'm trying to do. And just make a song entertaining. And with that one, I had Danny Flam and his big band sort of doing the horn section there. I had strings, and it's a big production. It was a huge production to put together, and I'm quite happy that it's come out as it has. So I know hopefully your listeners will enjoy it too.
Now that one is was released in January of this year,
Yes.
2015.
Yep.
And where can people find it?
Well, you can find it on YouTube, not YouTube. You can find it on iTunes. Sorry, I get all these sites mixed up. You can find it on iTunes to download. You could find it on CD Baby, where you can buy the CD. To get there, it's www.cdbaby.com/artist/Wily Bo Walker. And from there, you'll be able to. You can buy either a download or you could buy the CD, or I believe Amazon will have the CD in stock as well. So it depends what you like, or indeed directly from my website we discussed earlier, or if you like downloads, all the usual download stores, the iTunes and all these kind of places. And if you're just part of the new generation of people who just like to stream music, it's on Spotify, so they'll be able to find that.
So all these places, once they log in and get into iTunes or CD Baby, etc., they just search under the artist. They search for Wily Bo Walker.
Search for Wily Bo Walker, and you'll get a whole lot of different releases in there. And
As opposed to your website, which is only wilybo.com.
Yes.
Okay. I know that you're really, really busy, and right now I think you're in London, right?
I'm in London at the moment, and it's a beautiful day here, so it's been nice.
Listen, I really want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. I really, really appreciate it.
It's been a real pleasure, Pat. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Well, you have a fantastic time then.
You too. Cheers.
Cheers.